The Mount Ida Youth Activities Association's 2012 Pee Wee football season kicked off this past Saturday, September the 8th. The Lions hosting the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade league teams from Center Point. In the first league contest of the morning, Mount Ida's 4th grade team was at a distinct disadvantage with only 7 players in that classification. The remainder of the squad was made up of 3rd grade players who had played an earlier non-league game against Center Point. The overall size difference between the two squads was very apparent. The outsized Mount Ida squad held their own until just 5:21 left in the first half when Center Point scored their first touchdown. They missed the run for extra point and took a 6-0 lead into halftime. Center Point scored again with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third period after a long pass moved the ball to the 1-yard line. A 1-yard run and a missed extra point made the score 12-0. Center Point added one more fourth quarter score to make the final score 20-0, Center Point the winner. In the 5th grade contest, a scrappy band of maroon-clad Lions threw a shutout against Center Point and mounted enough offense to come away with a solid victory. Early in the second quarter, a strong run around right end gave the 5th grade Lions their first touchdown of the game. The ensuing extra point failed, leaving the Lions with a 6-0 lead. Speed and blocking allowed the Lion offense to consistently run around the outside of the Center Point defense. This ability to run the ball led to Mount Ida's second score, a quick handoff over the left side. Touchdown, and a successful run for the 2-point conversion gave the Lions a 14-0 lead. Midway in the second half, Mount Ida mounted a long drive. This run to the right, all the way down to the 17-yard line, set up the next play, a sprint left that moved the ball all the way to the 5-yard line. On the next play, a handoff up the middle resulted in the Lions' final touchdown. The extra point was good, and Mount Ida had secured a 22-0 shutout of Center Point. After the game, Lion head coach Mark Davis reflected on the season-opening victory.
I feel good about everything. Our offense still sputtering a little bit. Defense is there. It's always hard to get Pee Wee offense going. So for the first game of the year, I feel pretty good about it. We put up 3 touchdowns and had a ton of yardage. Defense is solid, so we're ready for Benton Harmony Grove next week.
In the final game of Saturday's matchup with Center Point, not only did the 6th grade Lions throw a shutout at the Knights, they did so without giving up a single first down. After having one score canceled by penalty, the Lions quickly scored on a long run around left end. The extra point good. Lions 8, Knights nothing. Defense ruled the field for the remainder of the first half, and the Lions took that 8-0 lead into halftime. After a couple of offensive miscues, the Lions got rolling near the end of the third quarter with an up-the-middle score from about 25 yards out. The point after was good. Lions 16, Center Point nothing. In the fourth quarter, a pass play of close to 18 yards resulted in Mount Ida's third score of the game. And after a successful extra point run, the Lions held a comfortable 24-0 advantage. With tensions a little high on both sides of the field, Mount Ida called a timeout with 46 seconds left in the game. On the next play, a 30-yard scamper around end resulted in the final touchdown and extra point. Lions 32, Center Point nothing. After the game, head coach Trey Fiorello commented on the season-opening victory.
Oh, I was just happy to get the win, you know. I think we played well defensively. I was glad we got the shutout, and we're going to try to execute better on offense. You know, we got some things we can work on there, and we still got a lot of our playbook that we haven't gotten into. But we've won, and that's over with, and we're going to start working towards Benton Harmony Grove right now.
One final note, a missed sideline difference from last season. The Knights cheerleaders were in attendance, Mount Ida's cheerleaders were not. From Stedman Field in Mount Ida, Arkansas, Joe Hughes reporting.